But interdisciplinary simply means melding or hybridizing two different areas that have not traditionally gone together.
Can you just give us an overview of the major, like where are classes pulled in from? What are some student experiences?
You know, I think it depends on the individual student, but often students come into Clark not knowing whether they want to go the MCA route, which is overtly interdisciplinary, or whether they want to go into one of the majors that's involved in MCA, which are screen studies, theater arts, studio art, art history, and music. So those are the 5 programs in visual and performing arts. And students who do work in MCA combine two or more of those programs in their work. What we recommend when a student is interested in MCA as a major is to take MCA 101, which is called, the official title of the course is Introduction to the History, Theory, and Analysis of Media. It's a long title. And take that along with what is called a media production workshop course. And there's a whole list of those that are available on the website. And those are production courses. So by taking those 2 courses in parallel with one another, they can get a sense of whether MCA is for them, because MCA in equal parts, and this is something I want to stress again and again and again, in equal parts requires students to do work in, you know, the sort of written, historical, theoretical side of things and the hands-on creative maker side of things.
That's awesome. It sounds like it prepares students for a variety of like options after. It's not like just, you know, screen studies, just studio or just theater. It's a variety of those.
Students sometimes do decide first semester which one they want to take or which major that they want to be part of, but often it takes longer than that for people to decide, and I think that's completely natural. You know, the thing that if students or if prospective students are most interested in figuring out what Clark's about, and maybe even in some cases without having the advantage of coming to campus, it's a very tight-knit campus. I mean, I know every single individual student in both the majors that I oversee personally. Like, these are people that I interact with on a day-to-day basis all the time. Clearly, people come to Clark because they want that sort of close person-to-person approach, which you sort of can't get. You know, like I went to a state school as an undergrad. Honestly, it's night and day in that regard. And there's advantages to both, unquestionably. But for people interested in that kind of close face-to-face relationship with their professors and with other students and so forth, Clark's just optimal.
A lot of people want to know like what sorts of skills they're going to be building, what sorts of competencies they will be acquiring. So I think in the context of MCA, can we talk a little bit about, you know, what or not you, but the program focuses on?
The thing that I said earlier about how MCA is a major for people who want to do the hard work of writing and reading about history and theory on one hand, and want to do creative hands-on production work on the other hand. Those are the people we want in MCA, and those are the people who thrive in the program. The classic example of this would be somebody who wants to write scores for films. So what is somebody who wants to write scores for films? Are they a musician-composer, or are they a filmmaker, or are they some combination of the two? And the answer is they are, in fact, some combination of the two, but MCA is the major for those students. So music composition and film, well, you know, that's been a thing for a while, obviously, but to sort of formalize that as part of a program at a university has not been a thing for a while. So anything at all that you could imagine being interdisciplinary media work falls under the hood of MCA. And I would say especially new and upcoming media forms, and this is not a particularly new medium, but it's certainly a hot medium, which is podcasting. So people who want to do podcasting, MCA is their home. In fact, we had an honors MCA major last year, Liza French. If anybody's interested, they can look up her podcast, which was her honors project. It's called Namesake. It's on SoundCloud.
Right. That's awesome. It almost sounds like the way that, you know, when I'm explaining to students kind of early on in their college admission process, like what exactly a liberal arts education gets you. It gets you transferable skills and skills that come from a wide variety of spaces.
We're trying to be at the sort of bleeding edge of what liberal arts majors do.
Totally.
And yeah, I mean, like I honestly think sometimes when I'm, you know, interacting with students in this particular major, like I'm preparing them for work that doesn't even really exist yet. Like jobs that no one's even really conceived of yet that won't appear until 10 years down the line. You know, I've got a student right now whose interests are in sort of digital approaches to music promotion. He's setting himself up for a type of work down the line that he himself is defining. And we love that. And I think, you know, it's really exciting, and the major is vibrant for all those sorts of reasons.
It seems like a major that it's very interdisciplinary, it's very flexible, it's very kind of student-centric, but also there are guidelines so students aren't completely overwhelmed by all of the possibilities. If you have any advice for admitted students kind of thinking about coming to Clark or going to college, let's hear it.
Looking to see what your future professors do professionally is a really good move, and this didn't used to be possible, right? So like when I was an undergrad, you couldn't do this at all because there was no internet. Now you can look it up, it's right there at your fingertips. So that would be my kind of one piece of advice.
Awesome. Well, Professor, thank you for spending time with me today.
Absolutely, anytime. Thanks, Jared. Great talking with you.